Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome back to Shape Talks and Blogs. If you are preparing for UPPGT upcoming of May 2026, you can come and join me for this live session as I'm going to do some very important MCQs, PYQs for our exam. And yesterday I with another author that is John Keats. As I told you already in UPPGT, questions related to their birth year and death year are asked, and about their professional and their family background. So I'm having this SK Arora book, and this book is really very helpful for your TGT and PGT exams because it has covered all the important points. And today I try to write some of the PYQs in notebook as well. So I'll share that with you all later. So let's start today's topic, that is John Keats. So John Keats was born in the year 1795 and he died in 1821. 1795, birth year of John Keats, and he died in the year 1821. And what was the month? 31st October 1795. 31st October 1795, and death 23rd February 1821. John Keats, let's repeat again in which year he was born. He was born in the year 1795 and he died in the year 1821. So birth year and death year are very important of all the authors because in UPPGT exams, about the author's birth year, about the dates when all these authors were born, whether it is John Keats, William Wordsworth, Shakespeare. Right now, let's talk about some facts. Vinesha 88. Hi Vinesha, how are you? Thank you for what is this? Okay, actually I am just trying to help all those aspirants, those who are preparing for UPPGT exam, which is scheduled to happen on 9th and 10th of May. And the form is available on the right. If you are preparing, then you can also join me. Now, some facts about Keats. Keats has done all these things also about the family background, what was his father's name, what was his father profession. So all these in 1795 and 1826 he died. Now, Charles Charles Gordon Clarke, the son of our exam, his literary talent. So Charles Gordon Clarke, the son of his tutor, aroused his literary talent. those who are joining me, if you just some notes that I'm sharing with you all about the John Keats, which is very important and prescribed author for your upcoming PGT examination. Like Shakespeare, Keats also knew small Latin and less 113. And how many sonnets were composed by William Shakespeare? Can you tell me how many sonnets were composed by William Shakespeare? Now, Keats fell in love with Fanny Brown, who encouraged cause of his death was consumption, that is tuberculosis consumption. Now let's talk about works of Keats. 1717, Endymion, a poetic romance. 1818, and Endymion, and Endymion, which is a work of John Keats, John Keats, dedicated to Thomas Chatterton, Chatterton. It, these are some of the famous work of Keats. Lamia, Isabel, Hyperion, and Endymion, very important. Now let's talk about sorry, of John Keats. So these are some of the popular work of John Keats. These are the odes. Okay, so let's come to MCQs. So now I'm going to discuss MCQs with you, which are the PYQs, and these questions have been already asked in your exams. All right, so let's start. Revision. Objective question. Objective questions on Keats and his work. I have written PYQs in my notebook also. Sandhya sings, yes, the board paper India, Middle East region, countries like UAE, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, because of Israel and Iran war. But in India, exams will be conducted as per their schedule. Okay, Sandhya Singh, I hope your doubt is clear. Exam is cancelled only for the UAE, not for India. As we all know, because of ongoing war-like situation in Dubai. That's why the exam got postponed. Okay. But if you are staying in India, then please go for exam. Wishing you all the very best for examination. All right. And right now I'm doing revision for the PGT paper, which is scheduled on 9th and 10th of May 2026. So if you are preparing for UP PGT English, you can join my live and we both will do the revision. Right? So let's start revising MCQs related to John Keats. So the very first question, Keats might have become a critic. Keats might have Keats might have become a critic, as he might have become almost anything. And these questions are the PYQs, means very, very important. You have to learn it. And PYQs, like they can be repeated again in examination, right? So don't skip all these questions which are given. And the book name with you all. This is the book name, Sudhir K. Arora, right? So let's start. The very first question: Keats might have become a critic, as he might have become almost anything good, but I do not think he was burned. Whose comment is this? Professor Sandbury, Long, Samson. So the answer is already marked here. Professor Sandbury. The first answer is correct. Oh, for a life of sensation rather than of thoughts. And by the way, in your grammar section and literary works, okay, I will do that revision, I think, from tomorrow. I was telling about the, I forgot what I wanted to share with you all. What was that? Okay, leave it. I forget. Now, second one. Oh, for a life of sensation rather than of thoughts. Who said this? Of course, we are doing John Keats, so the correct answer is John Keats. And these are the short notes which are given on all the important odes which were composed by John Keats, like Ode to Nightingale and Ode to a Grecian urn. Very, very important. What is that? Was like, all right. Let's come to the third question. Poetry should surprise by a fine access, and if poetry should come not as naturally as the leaves to a tree, it had better not come at all. These lines are from the pen of, and this question is very confusing. I know the answer, but still I marked like most of the time incorrectly because I'm so confused regarding Wordsworth and Keats. So you must be very careful while marking your answer. This statement is given by John Keats, not William Wordsworth, because both are um, the poets. And poetry, and this one, poetry should surprise by a fine access. It is given by John Keats. Okay, how many are watching? Vinisha Sandhya. What's this? All right, now let's come to question number 4. Keats believes in fine access in poetry and advises the other poet in a letter. You, I'm sure, will forever develop your magnanimity and be more of an artist and Lord advising here. So Keats is advising P.B. Shelley. So the option number A is correct. Just 1 minute, my battery is getting low.